All right, first graders, we're going to continue to work today on retelling a story using the illustrations and the key words. We're going to return to the book Yoko that we were working with last week. So I'm going to read this book in sections, just like we read The New Kid yesterday in sections. And for each section, we're going to think, what is the key word or words from that section that's going to help us in our retelling. Okay, so we have Yoko. What would you like for lunch today, my little cherry blossom? Asked Yoko's mother. All my favorite things, please, answered Yoko. Yoko's mother spread steamed rice on a bamboo mat. She rolled up a secret treasure inside each piece. Then she packed it all in a willow-covered cooler. Have a wonderful day at school, my little cherry blossom, said Yoko's mother. I will, answered Yoko. Yoko said hello to all her friends. Everyone in Mrs. Jenkins' class sang the good morning song. At noon, Mrs. Jenkins rang the lunch bell. Lunch boxes out and open, please, boys and girls, said Mrs. Jenkins. Timothy unwrapped a peanut butter and honey sandwich. Valerie had cream cheese and jelly. Fritz had a meatball grinder. Tulip had Swiss cheese on rye. Hazel had egg salad on pumpernickel. Doris had squeezed cheese on white. And the Franks had franken beans. Yoko opened her willow-covered cooler. Inside was her favorite sushi. Tucked in the rice rolls were the crispiest cucumbers, the pinkest shrimp, the greenest seaweed, and the tastiest tuna. What's in your lunch? Asked one of the Franks. Ick! It's green! It's seaweed. Oh no, said the other Frank. Don't tell me that's raw fish. Watch out, it's moving, said Doris. Yuckarama, said Tulip and Fritz. Valerie blew the playtime whistle. Everybody out, said Valerie. All right, so I'm going to stop there for a second. I'm going to think so far, what has been a key word that would help me in my retelling? I'm thinking sushi would be a key word because all the kids are making fun of what she's eating for lunch, and she's eating sushi. So that's going to be my key word for the beginning part of this story. Okay, so now I'm going to read the next part of the story, and I want you guys to be thinking, what could the key word be? Yoko did not want to play ball or swing on the swings. What's wrong, Yoko? Asked Mrs. Jenkins. Everybody laughed at my lunch, answered Yoko. They'll forget about it by snack time, said Mrs. Jenkins. But they didn't. During snack time song, Yoko opened her thermos cup of red bean ice cream. Red bean ice cream is for weirdos, snorted the Franks. Mrs. Jenkins switched to the friendly song. Mrs. Jenkins knew the friendly song was not enough. Late in the evening, she fretted about Yoko. Finally, the answer came to her. Dear parents, Monday will be International Food Day at Hilltop School. Everyone is asked to bring in a dish from a foreign country. Everyone must try a bite of everything. Happy cooking, Mrs. Jenkins. We will make a deluxe sushi for the whole class, said Yoko's mother. Don't worry, my little cherry blossom. Everyone will try our sushi, and everyone will love it. On Monday morning, Valerie and her mother carried in a plate of enchiladas. Timothy and his mother made Caribbean coconut crisps. Hazel brought Nigerian nut soup. Harry brought Brazil nuts. Doris brought Irish stew. Tulip brought potato knishes. Monica brought a pitcher of mango smoothies. Fritz brought spaghetti. Big Frank cooked up a pot of Boston frankenbeans. At noon, Mrs. Jenkins rang the lunch bell and everyone sang the clean hands song. "What does International Food Day mean to us, boys and girls?" said Mrs. Jenkins. "Try everything," everyone answered. When Valerie blew the playtime whistle, there was not a nibble of nuts or a sip of smoothie left. But no one had touched even one piece of Yoko's sushi. All right, so students, go ahead and turn to your learning coaches and think about what could be a key word from this section that we just listened to that would help in your retelling. All right, we're going to do this work one more time with the ending of the book. Yoko sat under the learning tree. Suddenly, she heard the clickety-click of chopsticks. It was Timothy. He was still hungry. "Let me show you how," said Yoko. Timothy polished off the rest of the crab cones his own way. "Can we have sushi again tomorrow?" he said. "I'll ask my mother," answered Yoko. During the school bus song, Timothy found a coconut crisp in his pocket. He gave it to Yoko. "It's even better than red bean ice cream," said Yoko. On the bus, Timothy and Yoko made plans to push their desks together and open a restaurant the very next day. And they did. They ordered tomato sandwiches and dragon rolls. For dessert, they had brownies with green tea ice cream, and they couldn't have asked for anything more. Okay, so in that last section, what do you think a key word or key phrase would be to help in your retelling?